Benvenuti in questo nuovo episodio. In grafica è il riepilogo della carriera del nostro giocatore.
The National Basketball Association and the Boston Celtics are committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience.
If you're looking for a party this Saturday night, we're bringing you one. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Brian Anderson here, joined by our analysts, Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. Plus, reporting from the sidelines, Ali LaForce. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Jrue Holiday.
And the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. That's not what you want, and I'm sure it's something he's well aware of.
Let's take a look at our starters for Atlanta. Their backcourt, Young and Bogdanovich. Johnson at the 4 with Capella at the 5. And it's Risache in at the 3. And for the Celtics, Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. The perimeter pair, it's White and Brown. And it's Holiday in at point guard. This can be a time of the season when it's hard for players to keep their focus, Grant.
Oh, man, B.A., the buzz of a new season is behind you. The playoffs are a long way off. This is when a coach earns his keep, making sure his guys stay energized and focused.
So the Hawks will get the first possession. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing their last matchup with Orlando.
And guys, it really was a thrilling duel all the way to the end. You hated to see anyone walk away the loser.
I'll tell you, overtime games usually are special, and this one qualified for that. But both teams absolutely gassed at the end.
They get it back. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
And credit to Bogdanovich for not giving up there. He gets a shot off and wins a foul for his trouble.
Atlanta shooting their 2nd and 3rd free throws tonight.
The line for 2.
And that one falls for Bogdanovich. And so Bogdanovich nails them both. And of course, Boston winning 8 consecutive titles from 1959 to 1966. Doris, you think we'll ever see a streak like that again?
PA, I think that's almost impossible in this day and age. With free agency, with more salary cap restrictions, it's just hard to win 2 in a row these days, let alone 8. My goodness.
4 on the clock. It's stolen by Bogdanovich. On the push, here comes Atlanta. Time now to hear from our reporter, Ali LaForce.
Jaylen Brown is playing with so much confidence. He said, quote, "I feel like I'm a different player. My body has changed. Athletically, I'm entering my prime. I'm more aware on defense and offense. I feel like on both sides of the ball, I'm playing the best basketball of my life.
Well, it shows, Allie, for sure.
I'll tell you, despite this guy's strong play in this period, they're still behind. Someone else has got to step up.
Pass to Hunter. Right side, Bogdanovich. And he buries that one. Back rim and in. Bogdanovich has gotten his third basket of the night.
Yeah, nice little J by Bogdanovich. Giving it just the right touch from that range.
To the paint. Oh, they get a hand on it. Here's Roddy, defended by Brown. Bogdanovich down low, and a nice finish on the layup. Bogdanovich has got 11 points.
Yeah, he's been having his way this quarter, attacking the basket and protecting their lead.
There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter. Pass to Horford. And here's Brown. Knocks down the long J. He's got 15.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
And so it's Bogdan Bogdanovich making things happen for the Atlanta Hawks. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from Atlanta?
Simply put, they look totally fearless on the defensive end.
Well, very disruptive in that first period. They never allowed the offense to get comfortable.
And the Hawks, looking at who they've got, Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Then it's DeAndre Hunter. Then there's Dyson Daniels. And it's Matthews in at the 2. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken. But that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
All right, Doris, what do you think separates the good teams from the great teams in crunch time?
Boy, I think there's a lot of things, Brian, that separate that. Number one, can you execute on both ends when it's a clutch game? Can you absorb the pressure of a moment, understanding time and score, how to get a quality shot on every possession, how to string together multiple stops? Can you make shots under duress of great defense? There are so many things that differentiate between the good and the championship.
Outside Johnson. Okongwu, the pass to Hunter. Johnson for 3. And it's Cornette with a rebound.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Pritchard, the pass to Tatum. Over Hunter. Tatum gets the bucket. Tatum's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
Shot to stop the run. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. Pass to Cornette. Now here's Tatum. Fires for 3. Offensive rebound. Here's Houdini. The rebound by Atlanta. Last time they met in Atlanta.
They lost the battle of the second units the last time these teams played and lost the game.
Matthews' shot is good.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
Horford outside. Cornette passes to Houdini. Oh, from deep. And he's missed his first 2 shots of the game.
Look, I know he wanted to answer with a 3 of his own, but you gotta play smarter. Play your game, not theirs.
Sinks that one from the post. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. And you know, you look at someone like Peyton Pritchard, Doris, heady guy who doesn't make many mistakes.
BA, maybe his best attribute in my mind is the competitive spirit and the motor he plays with. He's a fearless shot taker, either inside or from three-point range. He makes excellent choices with his passes. But again, I go back to that competitive toughness.
And Boston with some changes. Kristaps Porzingis comes in for Cornette. And Holiday subbed in for Pritchard. And Atlanta making a change here. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Inside, it's Trae Young.
Nice work inside from Young. Not afraid of trying his luck down there.
Boston's gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Here's Houdini, guarded by Young. And Clint Capella picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Both teams deciding to change it up.
Substitution on the court.
Finished off one half of play. The Hawks on top. They're up by 6. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
55.
Welcome, everybody. The story tonight has been a solid showing through the first half for the Atlanta Hawks.
Getting points from that second unit was clutch. Depth protects you against injury, but it can also win a game for you.
Yeah, and those starters are going to have the fresh legs for the second half.
And how about we move it on over for a preview of who we might be seeing in the dunk contest this year.
As a resident dunk contest expert, I can tell you, these are the names you want in the dunk contest, guys. Don't come at me with who isn't making the cut, because this group is all you need.
Geez, I guess we can call it right now. The Jet has spoken. Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back over to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last. Making a change here. Daniels is checked in. He's had 5 opportunities at the line. He's gone 4 for 5.
Line with 1 shot.
The 2 J's, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. Then there's Drew Holiday. Then it's Kristaps Porzingis. And it's Houdini in at the point guard position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Pass to Johnson for the lead. Count that one. He's scoring at a nice clip. He's 6 of 9 tonight.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
To the middle. Outside Holiday. The 3. Capella with a rebound. The Hawks have gone 5 for 9 from the floor in the third quarter. Pass to Rizachet. There's the triple. Offensive rebound. Here's Daniels, defended by Porzingis. He's got a clear path. Here's Tatum. And Tatum finishes finishing the fast break.
I just love how much effort Jrue Holiday puts into the defensive side of the floor, and it pays off in a transition bucket there.
Here's Daniels. Still no points. Capella finds Bogdanovic. Screen by Capella. Lets the three fly. Boston pulls it in.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Out of bounds. It'll be Hawks ball. Cornette's checked in for Boston. Horford comes in for Jason Tatum. And the Hawks making a change here. The Hawks trailing. And there's 1:38 left in the third quarter. Daniels passes to Hunter. Back to Daniels. Beyond the arc. And it's Cornette with a rebound. The Celtics on offense. They're on a 16-7 run. Inside. Here's Houdini. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. Now it's a three-point Celtic lead.
They're really working the paint now.
Atlanta is shooting at about 51% for the game so far in this one. Outside Hunter. There's the double team with Horford. And here's a Kongwu for three. Sends it home from three-point land.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
For Boston, they've gotten 6 of 14 shots to drop in this third quarter. Here's Houdini. No good, off the front rim.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Pass to a Kongwu. Lets it go from deep. That shot missing. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. And following this one, they hit the road to challenge the Warriors at Chase Center in San Francisco. They're kicking off a 4-game road trip. Now Brown. He's got 27. 5 on the clock. From deep three-point land. To the wing on the left. And here's Horford for three. Hey, Horford from range.
This is how Al Horford has adjusted to make himself a modern NBA big. In rhythm, off the catch, beautiful.
Here's Daniels. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. It's been all about Jaylen Brown for the Boston Celtics. 27 on the night. He's had it his way. Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Hawks trail by 3.
Boston foul. Number 7.
Daniels checked in for Buffkin.
Personal foul. First team foul. Coming onto the floor for the Hawks. Number 5. Dyson Daniels.
Fourth quarter on the floor for the Hawks. They've got DeAndre Hunter. He's out there with a Kongwu. And it's Roddy in at the 3 slot. And the shot goes in.
This is when your interior D has to be on high alert.
Tatum passes to Cornette. Fires from deep. And again, Boston with the triple.
Well, that's his second 3 of the game. 1 in the first half, 1 here.
Tatum's got 2 of his 6 shots to fall from outside. On the wing, Daniels. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation there on the defense. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Celtics.
Well, they have owned the offensive perimeter throughout this game, finding lots of openings and turning them into big shots.
I think it's also important we mention the number of assists this group has tallied. Their offense continues to just hum along right now.
And the technical free throw missing that time. They'll retain possession here, however. And Atlanta making a change here. Krejci's checked in. Here's Daniels. Picked up by a Kongwu. There's the 3. Counted from distance. Daniels has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. 60 ticks off the clock here in the fourth. Here's Houdini. The rebound by Atlanta. Back to Daniels. To take the lead. And it's Cornette with a rebound. Cornette's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Houdini. Okongwu with the rebound.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
Here's Matthews from about 16. Chalk up 2 there. Matthews got 4 points in the quarter.
Even though he's young, Daniels tends to make the right decisions with the ball in his hands.
Here's Houdini. And he drops it in from the low post. And the Celtics lead by 1. Boy, it's been a grinder, a back and forth all night.
Oh, 7 times the lead has changed. Neither team giving an inch.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan.
All right, fans, give it up for Celtics Entertainment.
Changes for Boston. Hauser, he's checked in for Cornette. And Drew Holiday is subbed in for Pritchard. Ryan, he's checked in for Atlanta. Young comes in for Daniels. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey guys, well, Quinn Snyder was just reviewing the plan with the team. He told his players he expects more from them at the line, saying, quote, keep drawing fouls, keep getting to the stripe. But when you do, you gotta make it count. Not looking to give those freebies away. Back to you.
And Allie, thanks. Pass to Holiday. To the inside. Here's Houdini. The rebound by Atlanta.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
Ryan, no good. The Celtics with the lead. Here's Houdini. Up and in on the layup.
Well, easy money, right? I like the strategy. Go inside, get a high percentage look.
And Young has got the ball here for Atlanta. He's all alone, and Holiday powers it home.
Yeah, because of his size and skill, once Drew Holiday gets in the open floor, look out.
And the Hawks with possession here. Outside Young. Hunter against Tatum. Back to Young. From deep. That is Trey's shot. The 3.
You see the trust Young's guys have in him. When they need a bucket, he gets it for them.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point.
Attention fans, now on the court is your ice squad.
A big group substitution here for Atlanta. Capella, he's checked in for Okongwu. Johnson comes in for Hunter. Risache, he's checked in for Ryan. And Bogdanovich is subbed in for Matthews. So it's Atlanta who scrapes by with a win. Things looked a little uneven for them down the stretch, but in overtime, they took control.
In BA, I don't think they expected this one to be so hard fought. But when they went into overtime, they really poured the gas on the fire.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and our entire crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for tuning in. So long, everybody.
Vediamo insieme quale posizione di classifica occupa la nostra squadra. Se ti è piaciuto questo video metti un like e ricordati di iscriverti al canale. Vi aspetto al prossimo episodio.